Hi guys, welcome to today's video. So you're probably thinking, hot dog and pickle, what the hell is this guy on about? The hot dog you can probably figure out for yourselves, and if you saw the thumbnail you probably put two and two together as well. So yeah, today I'm going to be bringing the guard dog hot dog, which is obviously the hot dog part of the title, and the pickle refers to the sterilizer. The green of the sterilizer, that's the pickle. So the other day I was watching someone else's content and they were slagging off the pickle, saying how bad it was, which, you know, generally I was thinking, yeah, you know, I agree with that. It's probably one of the worst, least picked weapons in the game. And then I had the idea, well, what if I pair it with the hot dog? Because I see plenty of people pairing the guard dog, gas dog, the dog breath, with the flamethrower. And I thought, well, let's switch that around. Why not switch it around? And I'll pair the guard dog hot dog with the sterilizer. So gas weapon, fire dog. So that's what's brought us here today. So jumped in the mission here, and we'll see how we get on with this. Okay, so on the Mega Nest first, as you can see. So what I've done is I've caused a bug breach, and then I've thrown down my Orbital. I believe it's the 380. The Orbital 380 down on that, and then I'm going to get out of there. And the reason for that is I'm hoping that the 380 will just close up a bunch of holes for me, and I can kind of book it out of there and not have to deal with much of the breach. I'm sure a few will follow me out of there, but there you go. So the idea is to get moving as soon as possible, and then once I finish the rest of the mission, or most of the rest of the mission, I'll go back and try and finish off the Mega Nest. That's the idea anyway. Okay, so 500 behind me. I managed to take out that Titan, which is always pretty sweet, right? Oh, wait, bit of a dive because that Alpha Commander was in heat. He was after a bit. He almost got a bit as well. Okay, another BT following me from the breach, I'm assuming. That Mega Nest has the spire down the middle, so there's no actual Bio Titan hole for him to appear from. So he must have come out of the breach.
Freedom forever!
Okay, some more bugs, obviously. There's never not any bugs on a bug mission for my money. You're always constantly fighting something, some patrol, some point of interest group, the endings of a breach. It's non-stop against the bugs. A lot of people complain, especially when playing solo against this faction, because of just how many bugs there are, especially with the Alpha Commander seeds. I'd probably agree with them, especially the Alpha Commander seeds. It's just full on. It is non-stop. And as we'll see later in video, it's non-stop to the point where you can't even get 2 seconds to press some buttons on an objective. You know, that kind of non-stop.
Deploying equipment package.
So anyway, I think this is probably the weakest build I've brought to deal with a solo bug mission. So we'll see how it fares. I'm going to drop resupplies here because I need some stims and it's on extraction, so if I do return to extraction later on, which I'm not expecting to, but if I do return to extraction later on, then at least they'll be there for me. And I needed them anyway, so it wasn't, you know, a kind of a plan to put into effect for later. It was a general need as well. I won't throw them down there unless I do need them. Okay, so loadout wise is obviously the hot dog and the sterilizer. I've also brought the Orbital 380mm, which will take care of bug nests and breaches for me. And then I've also brought the 500, the Eagle 500, which I'm also counting on for helping out with Bio Titans and breaches as well. Weapons wise, I've got the crossbow, as you can see. I believe I've got the ultimatum for the secondary because I don't need the what's it called? I don't need the grenade pistol to close up bug holes. The crossbow will do that for me. Fantastic utility weapon against the bugs. And then for the grenades, I think I've got the grenades. I think I've got the gas grenades. I got some more gas. Okay, so another breach here. I've thrown the 380 on the hole already, the nest, I should say. So, but I know I've got 2 500s left. So this is what I'm talking about when it comes to playing bug missions. Oi! Accidentally shot the ground with that one. So yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You're literally trying to deal with the breach and everything that's kind of jumping out of there. Pouncers and hunters and whatnot. But at the same time, you've got patrols coming left and right. Although that was only one bug, to be fair, that time. Okay, so back to the hole. Pretty good shot. I don't use the crossbow all that often, actually. So, yeah, I'm not too good with it, to be fair. But not too bad there. Every time you go to close up a bug hole, like 2 or 3 warriors come out. You can have that. Just, I think I missed, or I believed I missed the first one, so that's why I threw the second one there. Do a nice 180 because I saw those pouncers at the top. Did not want to be running up there and being pounced on. So the booster I believe I brought was the muscle enhancement. Now it doesn't actually tell you in the game that the muscle enhancement helps against being slowed when bugs pounce on you. But if you do a Google search, it does tell you that. And I've experienced it myself. I believe it does work. Some people don't agree. But there's a couple of other YouTubers who use it. And yeah, I agree with them. I think it does work. I think it really helps with being able to move quicker after you get slowed. So I bring that every time I play solo on bugs. There's nothing worse than being pounced on by a pouncer or a hunter and then being slowed and then that causing your death. Okay, so I've still got an Eagle 500 left, so I throw that on that nest, hoping that that is going to destroy all 4 holes in there. It's just a smaller medium one, a medium hole. No dice, but 10 kills, and it must have taken out at least 1 or 2 holes, I think. So it looks like there's 2 left there. So again, I'm recording this after the fact. The voice that is. So Ultimatum because I know that I've got the supplies behind me still. Otherwise I wouldn't waste 2 ultimatums for the holes. So yes, so as I was saying, I'm recording this voice afterwards because I don't like to record and talk against the bugs. I just find the missions pretty difficult and I can't concentrate on both at the same time. Mostly, you know, I'll get into a point like this where I really have to lock in, and it'll be a case of I'll stop talking for like 5 or 10 minutes because I'll be trying to deal with the breach. I can't focus on both at the same time. Okay, so he just jumped on me and then landed in the floor. Good stuff. So this, I think, is one of the issues of my gameplay, and possibly the build is probably should have saved the 380 for the breach, not throwing it on the, what's it called, the hole, the nest, bug nest, because now I've got Bio Titan chasing me and no way to deal with him. Yeah, Eagles are back now. Throw that one down, bait him in. Luckily he doesn't spew on me. So we're going the long way around here, unfortunately, but you know, needs must when a BT's on your ass.
Tagging map.
Okay, stim for stamina. I'm not sure what I've marked there on the map, maybe safe. Looks like it could be safe from that wall, yeah, safe. So get the resupplies down. Oh no, decide not to, okay. Oh yeah, so I've got this new thing where I'm trying not to bring resupplies down until there's a breach, because usually, especially if I'm on an objective, I find a lot of the times I bring resupplies down, I'll be trying to get something done, and then what will happen is there'll be a breach and the resupplies will be stuck in the middle of it, and then I will basically be fucked. Okay, so gassing them up with the old sterilizer. Really does look great, the old green. Really like the look of it. And yeah, I mean, so far so good with the combo. I mean, I've resorted to using the crossbow a couple of times. But when I have been using the sterilizer, it's doing its job. It's gassing them up, and it's allowing the hot dog to finish a few of them off, and then what I'll also do is switch to the crossbow as well sometimes. So using all three weapons basically.
Objective completed.
Okay, so sieve done. Nice. That's what we like to see. No bug breach on the sieve. Doesn't happen often. So always super grateful when it does, as I'm sure you guys can attest to. Spore tree in the distance there, so we'll keep that in mind. So I'm just debating which way to go first. So it's a Shriek Hotel. There might be a spore tree nearby as well. So because I've got a couple of objectives nearby, I'm going to bring in the resupply there. And then I can kind of go back and forth between it depending on which of the objectives I'm dealing with. So yeah, again, oh yeah, I'm just going to throw my supplies down. I hope no bugs come near it. But of course they do. Luckily, they didn't call a breach there, so I was able to get to my supplies fine. So I threw the 380 down on the objective to clear it out, because there was a whole ton of alpha commanders and stuff in there. And then I think I've still got the 500s for the breach. When that happens, so spore tower done. Make the old visibility a bit better. So you may be wondering, why have I brought the 380 and not the napalm? Oh my god. And the reason I've brought the regular 380 HE Barrage and not the napalm one is, for me, the napalm one doesn't close up bug holes anywhere near as much. And these bug missions solo are hard enough as they are for me. So I really want as much assistance as possible with closing up the holes, especially the mega nest. Like, I find it is almost impossible to go into the mega nest and close up holes without something coming out. And you know, halfway through you're trying to get holes closed, there's bugs coming around all the time, and as I said, almost impossible. So the 380 really helps me with that. And that's why I sometimes bring the 120 as well in missions. 380 and 120. They're two favourites of mine. Wait, big hit on me there. I find it quite funny how the small bugs, you know, the pouncers and the hunters, can take off like 80% of your life, but that hive guard there only took out about 50%. I mean, obviously they will take off more at different times, but I just think there needs to be, with the bugs, I think there needs to be slightly different kind of, what's the word, maybe hierarchy of, you know, what life bugs can take off of you. So, you know, if a hive guard or an alpha commander or, you know, an alpha warrior gets you, maybe that can be like 50 to 80% life taken. If they, obviously they can two-tap you as well. The, what are they called? The alpha commanders spawn. They can two-tap you as well, but, you know, perhaps there should be limits for what the smaller bugs can do, because, you know, some enemies can two-tap you, and then other enemies can take off 80% of your life. There's not many enemies that do just a little bit of damage. Like those little nippers, they do a little bit of damage, but then, you know, 50% of the time when they do that damage, they break your arm, so you're going to have to stim. So basically you're stimming every single time you get attacked by a bug. And, you know, it's a little bit broken for my liking. I think they need to have a little bit of a relook at that. Okay, so Sterilizer back in play. We've got that sub-objective done pretty quickly, pretty easily. So as long as you keep your 380 and your Eagle 500 separate in this build, so, you know, use the 380 for one thing and then use the 500 for the other. So for instance, like I just did there, use the 380 for clearing out an objective and then save the 500s for the breach, or vice versa. Then you should have an okay time of it, unless you've got an Alpha Commander C, then you might be up the shit.
Here comes the cavalry.
But I do get into a bit of a... Well, I was kind of hoping that I could save that 500, sorry, not the 500, that Hell Bomb for something, for the guys who were chasing me, but the BT fell on it instead. Okay, so in this match, in this mission, I do get into a bit of a loop where I haven't synced my 380s and 500s to breaches and stuff. I think there's a moment where I'm under a lot of pressure from a lot of alpha commanders and stuff, and I don't follow my own rule. So yeah, that is one to keep in mind when you're trying to solo the bugs. Okay, back to this hole where I've already been, pick up some supplies. Ultimatum for those guys because I know there's some more supplies there. Get the odd Sterilizer out again. Hot dog, get to work. Oi. As I said, not too good with the crossbow myself. So really, I should have stayed in one place and dealt with everything that was coming towards me. But I decided to head to the Shrieker Hotel and try and deal with that. Also, probably wary of time because 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10 when I do a bug mission solo, I'm literally only just finishing it at the end in the last few minutes. Okay, so the plan here is to lure them all into that final Shrieker tree. 500 take care of all the bugs and the tree at the same time. But of course, it doesn't work. I mean, it took out 5 bugs. But it did not take out the Shrieker nest thing. 3. Okay, having a obviously torrid time of it here. Surprised I'm not dead yet. This may be the first death of the run in a minute. I'm getting crucified. Yep, there it is. It might be worth rewinding that section there to see how quickly I get up after being pounced on. I don't think it was too bad. Can't remember myself. That is the annoying. That is one annoying thing about the taking the hot dog as well. When you've got your stuff, you've died, your stuff's on the floor, and there's your hot dog's fire around it. Okay, so I think I'm getting a sterilizer down here because I couldn't pick mine up. Where we have the breach behind me. Was this one here? Oh, it's here. The other one must have not gotten it off. Okay, so this is why bugs really get on my nerves. Is when you're bringing stuff in, like your weapons and your resupplies, and you don't even get 3 seconds to pick them up because you just got a whole ton of bugs chasing you. So I'm out of stims again here. And the sterilizer does reach the, whatchamacallit, the shriekers in the air, by the way. So when they fly past you, it does actually reach them. So 380 out. And I need to take my own advice and actually stay in one area and fight. I could have dealt with this a bit later on, this Shrieker Hotel. But I decided to run and get it. But I think the trouble is, when you're running around and the breach is going on, they'll follow you out of the breach. And they won't stay contained in the vicinity of the 380 as much. So yeah, you can see just how much shit is following me there. And I just remembered I've got grenades, so I threw one of those down. And again, so I'm hoping to get back to the original supplies I threw down. And guess what? I do actually manage to get them, although there was a whole bunch of bugs waiting for me. So ultimatum for him. And yet another reason why I don't actually play bugs and talk at the same time is because I'm probably fuming at this point. Do I die here again? No, but I get one supply, try and get the other. No dice because there's so many bugs about. And again, end up with 0 stims for all my efforts. Never mind, you live and learn. So next time I'm going to try and stay in one place and deal with the breach. Although in the end it's worked out okay. Kind of. So yeah, it does take a long time to deal with the breaches on this run. Okay, so again, get the breach done. Want to move on to this next part of the sub-objective, which is collect the hard drive. And immediately, no rest for the wicked. There were some more bugs there waiting for me. Okay, punching the code, and I think this is literally the first few seconds I've had to myself in the whole mission. Okay, didn't last too long. A couple of gas nades out there because I definitely don't want those calling in a breach. Using the crossbow from distance. The sterilizer obviously isn't going to reach them. Beep boop beep boop boop. Okay, pick up the old SSD. Bit of ammo. And on our way. Okay, so it looks like we've got 2 trees. The Seaf and the tower. The... what's it called? Can't remember now. The illegal broadcast tower, that's the one. So we've got 4 side objectives done. So we're actually not making too bad time. At this point at least. So 15 minutes left, which should be enough time to get the main done, although we are quite far away. So I don't want to waste any stims, so I'm crouching here to get stamina back quicker. I'm going to ignore that point of interest. Just want to be on my merry way. So I was debating whether to throw the 380 on the Mega Nest and try and get that finished, but then I think I decided not to because I know the bugs go absolutely wild on the final objective on this mission type. They do not give you a minute's peace. There's usually a ton of them in there as well to begin with. On this upload data via local relay. So I'm kind of parked myself here between the Mega Nest and the final objective. So I've kind of got a halfway house of resupplies. So if I do want to go to the Mega Nest, if that is a viable option, then I can. And then I kind of creep in, see what's what.
Fire in the hole.
So gas grenades out, and I know there's going to be a breach here soon, so I'm just kind of baiting them into the breach. And I preempt it. Throw, there it is. Throw in the Orbital 380. Throw in the 500 as well, although that might have been a bit of a waste, to be honest. I don't think it was far enough in. Stock up, and then I'm thinking, should I go and get the Mega Nest? Immediate 180. As you can see, bugs out the wazoo, bugs for days, getting caught in a bush where I do not want to be. Gas grenade. Oi. The odd, I will get better with the crossbow one day, honest. So yeah, I mean, combo wise, the hot dog and pickle, actually not too bad. Like, I think it's working right. I mean, I've got this far on the mission solo, so it can't be that bad, right? Okay, so that's the breach over with. Gas grenades out there, because I want to get moving, basically. Trying to find the supplies and oh my god, yeah. So you kind of, what's the word? You kind of sacrifice a bit of health for the resupplies when you're using the guard dog hot dog at times, because a lot of the floor is on fire. Okay, so again here, trying to just do my job and get to the main objective. Floor's on fire again. Managed to do a quick duck and dive, which obviously stops you from catching on fire in real life as well. Just kidding. It does not. Although I think if you are on fire, you should stop, drop, and roll. I think that is the advice. Maybe check that up online. Don't take my word for that. So, yeah, as I said, more bugs. They do not stop, and literally just had a breach. Cannot believe I didn't die there. Gas grenade. Get out of my face. I'm getting aggroed just watching it back now, guys. I am getting, what's the word? I'm getting rage. It's inducing rage in me. Okay, so I'm going to fall back because I've got no Eagle 500 or 380 on cooldown just yet. And even though I haven't used them out of sync, throw a Seif down, which is obviously a glitter Seif. It was a static. That's actually probably done me a big favour, to be fair there. It's kept them all in there. Again with the crossbow. Punch him in the face. We obviously do love that. Do love punching a bug to the face. So resupply. Where should I get this in? God knows. It's only going to get a breach on top of it anyway. A 500 over there. Hoping it's going to kill that charger. Ultimatum for safe measure. Actually managed to get some supplies for once. Go me. Still need to get up onto the top of this platform and start pushing buttons. So yeah, maybe I could have gone about this a bit quicker in one way or another. I'm not entirely sure. I think there's still going to be bugs coming from this way or the other. Sorry, this way or the other. So again, start getting the buttons pushed, getting attacked by bugs again. Like, obviously I'm being very repetitive with what I'm saying here, but you know, it's only as repetitive as what I'm dealing with. So, tried to gas grenade at my feet. I have no idea where these guys came from. But again, another death. So I should have checked my surroundings really. So completely surrounded again. So chuck the 380 on there. Just so I can reset. And there's a impaler as well. I'm trying to get away from him. Yeah, this part of the mission is not going too smoothly, as you can see. But I don't think that's any kind of negative against the build. I just think that's the way of the bugs at the minute. You know, you can't go 2 seconds without bug patrol or just alpha commanders spawning out of nowhere, bringing in their alpha warriors. Okay, so let's go again, heading towards the supplies because I want to be fully stimmed before I go in. Chuck a gas grenade out there, and there's a breach. Like, it is mental. So luckily I've got the 500s in pocket. Gas grenades to keep them in the vicinity. So hopefully the 500 does, you know, ultimate damage. Want to go up the other way really because it's quicker to go up that way, but obviously I can't because there's a breach happening on that side. So come back around this way. Massive dead impaler blocking my way. Of course there is. Can't see what's behind there. Whole heap of other shit on there. Yeah, so you can see why I and other people get frustrated with the bugs. So, lure them in towards me. Slow. Get the old gas out. Just in case anything's coming up. Hopefully that 500's done that. BT. Alpha Commander running away again. Was looking to follow him, but couldn't see him around that corner. Another Alpha Commander down there to the right. Finally get to push some buttons. Fuck it up. Twice. Oh no, once. Just once. So I'm thinking, okay. Maybe that's my lot. Maybe I've paid my dues for this mission. Maybe they'll calm down a bit. But no. More ACs. Have some of that. More gas for you. Got 2 gas grenades out there. And they're still coming towards me. Where's those supplies? Oh, I haven't brought them down yet. Definitely should have brought them down at that point, I think. Hey. Okay, having a bit of a nightmare at this point. Another Bio Titan. Pop one on him. I think it connects, but it doesn't kill. Supply stim. No idea if the Sterilizer works on the Bio Titan or not. That's a huge miss. Oh my god. So, the reason I didn't dive there was because I've got the gas armor on and I thought that actually helped. But obviously it does not. Although, Hell Pod to the face does help. That's not a guaranteed one shot, by the way. In case you're thinking. So be careful if you want to try that at home. Okay, surprised I've actually got time enough to spin that without getting pounced on by something or other. I hope he wasn't trying to bring in another breach. We'll never know now. Okay, so look at the map. What do we got? So this must be the last part of the main, I think. So once this bar's gone up, we can mosey on our way. But of course it's not over yet. No idea what's going on there. Hot Dog's decided to absolutely torch me. Another breach. Can you effing believe it? 500 out. Can't remember if the mission actually completes once that's done or if I need to go back in and punch code again. Yeah. Use terminal to wipe sensitive data. So, I was going to throw a 500 on the breach, but decided to throw it for him instead because that's more important. Surely that's got to tank him. No, doesn't tank him. Classic. So I tried to fire that and it didn't fire. Which was unfortunate. Another stim. Yeah, it's moments like these when you're like, oh, maybe I'll just stop playing bugs altogether. Okay, so mission complete. Finally. Don't think we've got much time left at all. 1 minute 29. However, I am going to go and try and complete the Mega Nest because that's just what I do. Hate leaving anything. Oh, I tried to dive there and my man did his little duck kind of motion, which happens quite a bit on PlayStation for me at least. I tried to dive and instead of diving he ducked twice instead. So 50 seconds left. I honestly thought it was GG's here. Luckily there wasn't too many behind me at that point, otherwise it would have been. But they are still coming. 30 seconds left to get in whatever I want. So 500 behind me. Supplies, stim. Probably should have reloaded the ultimatum if I needed to, or I should have at least checked, which I didn't. So I've got 18 seconds left. I should be throwing a 380 by now, but oh yeah, there we go. 380 in. So 3 holes done out of 11. I decided to throw it to the right, hoping that there's going to be more to close that side. I have actually no idea. Eagle 500 in as well, because now the time is down. So I move a little bit out of distance of the 380s area. What's the word for that? Its area. Can't remember now. Out of its, not circumference. That's not the word I'm thinking of. But anyway, out of its reach. So it looks like it's closed up a couple of holes for me. Which again, that's why I brought it. 6. That's the third hole. So I'm trying not to stim here because I do not want to be wasting any stims with no time left on the clock. Okay, so that's done, I think. 6 holes, so 5 left. Can't believe I missed that. Can't believe I've got that one because the other guy was in the way, to be fair. So I've got a stim there. That's grenade behind me. Oh my god. Must practice with crossbow. Okay, so when dealing with the mega nests, what I like to do is come in to each entrance, see how many I can snipe them off if I can snipe any, and then come into one section and then leave, because if you continue on through the nest, the chances are you're going to get surrounded. Oh, that was a terrible shot. I think I was running and firing at the same time and didn't realise that it would do that. But yeah, clearly I'm in panic mode at this point. I've got no time left. What, I don't know what that was, if that was an ultimatum or what, but no idea why I'm not dead either. But I did manage to close out that hole by the looks of things. So that's good. So, duking these guys out. Punch to the face. Saves me from dying. Gas them up, gas them up. Sounds like a House of Pain song. Yeah, let's gas them up. Crossbow to the face for him. 1 hole left, so I'm determined to finish the mega nest even if I don't finish the other things on the map. Mr. Bold Titan, you can wait because I've got more pressing matters. Sorry, not more impressing matters, more pressing matters. Okay, so that is the mega nest done. No time left. I think Pelican's about to leave. I'm definitely not making it across there. But yeah, that's the mission. So I think that was actually my first attempt, or second attempt maybe, with the Sterilizer. I didn't try it too much. I think if I hadn't have finished the mission on the second or third attempt, I probably would have just called it shit and given up. However, as I have completed the mission, I think it's actually pretty viable with the hot dog pickle combo. I would say that it's actually a viable combo against the bugs, even solo. Finished the mission. It was an absolute slog, but the bugs always are a slog. So nothing new there. Actually, yeah, I can't remember it. I don't think it was full clear, but let's have a look. Let's see what we got numbers wise as well. Okay, so missed 1 bug nest, which was probably one of the larger ones by the looks of things. And that was it. Yeah, so pretty good all round, I think, guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are there any Sterilizer lovers out there? But yeah, and again, thanks for watching. Cheers, guys.